upon a time, there was a guy named Dave. Dave liked to send people emails, hoping that you would hit the reply button, so that he could then send you a message accusing you of stalking him, when in actuality, he was the one that initiated the whole conversation to begin with. But anyway, this isn't even about that. This is about quality audio. Crystal clear quality audio. Something that Dave knows nothing about. I introduced Dave to Hard Drive at finetunecbshop.com, and Dave ordered a President Lincoln 2 from cheapham.com, and they hacked it up. He sent it to Hard Drive at my recommendation, and he got it back. And he had the most badass radio in Northeast Pennsylvania. Crystal clear studio quality audio. And this recording that you're about to hear was made from my external speaker to a digital recorder. It was not line level like this recording, so it's not a very good recording, but it is amazing audio. You'll have to take my word for it. Here it is.
Down to Lancaster off 3 Peters, all the way down into New Jersey. It's real nice.
Hey, Dave!
I got a friend of mine that he lives not too far away from me. He's a hammy. He's got this little town. I don't even know what the name of it is. It's been so long since I saw him. But he's into the ham. And last time I went by his house, he had this big antenna in the back of his house. It looked like a piece of 2x4. It was huge. But I've been over there. I've talked on ham. It's a nice thing. Definitely nice.
Dave.
Hey, how you doing, Scott? I got your audio.
I got you recording. Yeah, I was hearing you on the other side of the mountain in Slocum, and I got a recording of it, and it's recording right now, so you can hear.
What's your location down there now, Scott? Where you at?
Alden Mountain Road, just north of Slocum, kind of west of New Angola.
Anybody got a copy on Scott out there? He's on Alden Mountain Road.
I hear you, Scott. I definitely hear you, loud and clear. You give me 7 pounds, and I hear you loud and clear.
Not too bad for a Barefoot Unit N P76. That sounds like Carl.
That's a guy named Bill. He's up there at the airport, just right by the airport. You're making a trip all the way up there with a S7.
Oh, okay, copy that. Yeah, there was some guy named Carl up that way somewhere. I was out in Hazleton one time.
Yeah, that's Carl with the beam. He's got a beam. He talks on 19 a lot. I don't know if he's out there now, but he's usually out here most of the time.
Yeah, that Lincoln sounds real good. Crystal clear.
All right, Scott, here's the Lincoln by itself. Do you still got audio on the Lincoln by itself with no star behind it?
Yeah, it sounds just fine. Why? Did you have an amplifier before?
Yeah, this is the Lincoln tuned up perfectly. RF power all the way up right now. 1, 2, audio. Now, this is RF power down. That's with the 350 on with the RF power down.
I didn't notice a difference.
All right, there's just the radio again. Nothing else but the radio and the coax and the SWR meter.
I just used the radio wide open by itself. I wouldn't even mess with the amplifier.
I had Mark do it with the stock mic and set the modulation properly because this is going to be in the house. I'm not going to use any extra different microphones, you know.
Yeah, I'd say that's the best sounding one I've heard that you've had so far.
I'll tell you what, he boosted the receive up. I hear stuff I don't want to hear already tonight, you know.
That's a good thing. I'm going to stop recording because it's going to take forever to upload it if I...
Scott, what kind of radio are you talking off of?
It's just a Barefoot Unit N PC-76, little 4-watt radio, similar to a Cobra.
Sounds very nice. Sorry about the wheel. Sounds good. Definitely sounds good. Whatever you're doing it right.
Yeah, this was worked on by a guy named Charles Roy down in Harrisburg. It's a little pinched on the negative peaks, and the receive sucks on it, but it's textbook work, kind of.
Nah, it's sounding great. You're sounding fine. Listen, I'll let you talk to Dave. I'm going to jump to the side. You have a good night. Talk to you again, I hope. All right? You guys have a good talk. Talk to you later. Dave, I'm going to bang it out to the side, all right? Talk to you later.
All right, Bill. 7-3, brother.
7-3, bro.
What happened to your update, Scott?
Then one day he got a wild hair up his ass and thought to himself, well, maybe I should go out and buy all this fancy rack gear and a Heil PR 781 and a mixing board and have like a professional studio set up. And I told him, well, first of all, you didn't pay for that service, so it's not going to work worth a damn. And if you'd wanted that to begin with, you should have asked Mark to tune the radio, you know, to make it work that way. Because otherwise, all that low frequency response is going to screw the radio. It's going to totally screw it up. But you know, he didn't want to listen. And then he said, well, maybe I should just go to this other guy, Mike's Radio Repair. And I said, well, there's nothing Mike can do that Mike can't do nothing remotely close to what Mark can do. But Dave's one of these idiots. He's easily swayed by words from people who think they're authorities on a subject. So he tried telling me, well, Mike's Radio Repair, that guy knows all the same stuff Mark does, so therefore the work should be identical. And he uses a scope, see? I don't care what kind of equipment somebody has. First off, digital scope, you know, can't shine a candle compared to a CRT. You know, there's a lot of things you'll see in a CRT you won't see in a digital scope. And then, but yeah, there's a lot of things that Dave just doesn't have a clue about. He likes to think he's an authority on a subject, but so this is what Dave did. He went out, got a President Lincoln 3 or something off of Mike's, took it over to Mike's Radio Repair, had that guy go through it and tune it, supposedly get it ready for some hi-fi audio. Well, this little clip right here, this is this is the result of that endeavor. So hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars later, this is what the brainiac ended up with. You decide what, you know, how you think it sounds.
If he can't look you in the eye, he's not to be trusted. I wish I would have known you would have ended up in this situation. I would have gave you $60 for the goddamn thing and been done with it. But whatever, man. You know, now he's got his radio back, and hell of a deal. He's smiling.
Yeah, I am too, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with this. I like it. I've had this. Was actually one of my original radios, to be honest with you. This Galaxy was originally one I bought off a state trooper down in Berwick. This radio is actually originally mine. Like I said, I bought this one off a state trooper in Berwick, and I gave it the gear jammer for a Cobra 150 GTL DX. I didn't like it, and I just wound up with my old radio back.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess anyway, Joey got his old radio back because he was not going to be happy if you sold it. So I guess it is what it is. You know, everybody talks on what they want to talk on. Who the hell cares at this point?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, hey, like I said, at least I know what was done to this, and I know where it came from. one of those adjustable brackets that are universal that you can put anything in. A Cobra 29, a 98, Connex, anything.
I tell you how to make an adjustable bracket in 2 seconds. You take the center of any bracket and cut it. That's it. Just cut it in half. Put the bracket on backwards. So instead of going on the side of the radio and up into the center, it goes on the side of the radio and out to the right side or left side of the radio. That's all you gotta do, man. Any bracket works on any CB at that point. You just make one cut down the center.
Yeah, I bought one of the heavy duty ones down the pilot. They weren't that much.
And they're cheap, 10, 12 bucks maybe, tops.
About 10 bucks. It's got 2 bolts in it. You got a radio that won't fit. You just unloosen one of them and pull one side out. Well, pull one side out a little further. No big deal. At least it'll fit, and I know it'll fit anything I get.
Hey, Dave.
I wish you had the space for that, actually the weight for the other radio. I swapped it yesterday for that 200, but I don't know, that'd be too much radio for you.
I probably don't even want to know, but I'm gonna take the pain and the ball busting. Why? What are you talking about? What would be too much radio for me?
Well, no, I mean, that thing does 110 just on normal modulation, and you'd get yourself in trouble is what I mean. When you start going off on people, you'd be flying around up there in a good situation with 110 watts coming out. You'd be getting yourself in a little trouble.
Yeah, I'm not a Cobra person, man. I like my Rangers, Galaxies, Strikers, Connexes, and shit like that. I like my Magnums too, but they don't make them anymore.
He does have a Magnum 1 on the site, and I've talked to Eric. They're having probably 1 or 2 different models come out by the end of the year. And actually, those Magnum 1s, if you read about them, they do get some good reports. And both of the techs that I would deal with definitely already work on them. And they give them a decent grade. I'm not saying they're A+ radios, but they're a big goddamn radio. They're dual display, so to speak. It's got 2 big windows on it, but they do work. They do work.
I think those are ugly as shit, man. I mean the good Magnums, the Magnum S9, the Magnum S980, the Magnum S6. Those are the good Magnums.
Yep, well, they're just like the old Cobra 138s. If you can find them for a good deal and they're worked on by the right person, you got to jump.
I used to have a Magnum S980 until my mother sold the goddamn thing on me. But I don't know why they stopped making them with that Top Gun modulator, but they were a great fucking radio.
I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, he was ignoring me in that thing. There's, yeah, he doesn't. Anybody who doesn't have a common, who doesn't recognize his reality as being a valid reality, he has no use for people like that. Well, that's what sociopaths do. If you don't agree with them, they want nothing to do with you. The first thing they'll do is they'll unfriend you on Facebook. They won't respond to you when you send them a text message. And they just don't want to be bothered with reality. If your reality and their reality is different, sociopaths want nothing to do with you. So, anyway, I hope this was informative. Have a nice day.
That's all, folks.